So he goes back home, and then a couple of months later, we've staged a thing he doesn't realize. He thinks he's going to see a friend in Vegas, but gets stuck in LA, outside of LA in the desert. The car breaks down, and one thing leads to another, and he's in the middle of this hidden camera, elaborate experiment where he has a gun pointed at him, or he has a chance to step up and save a life by laying down his own. And it's extraordinary, and they're really emotional things to go through. Not clearly, I mean, clearly for the guy, these are huge emotional things, but also for us and for me going through it. They're very You spend like a year making these things, and they're very ambitious and difficult because you have to sustain a whole fiction for the person going through it as well as actually do it. So I've done a number of these, and they've taken an interest in illusion and persuasion, and just good ways of living and thinking, and that whole business of the stories that we live by, and trying to put them to sort of good and entertaining use.
What are we actually seeing here? Because I think a lot of people, when they think hypnosis, they're thinking, and I've seen this elsewhere in your work, where they're carrying the guy outside and he wakes up on the lawn and he's like, wow, how did I get outside? And then he walks back in. Or that somebody's going to walk around on stage and then cluck like a chicken. We don't necessarily think of a subtle psychological manipulation or hypnotic suggestion, which is kind of what's happening with, especially in Sacrifice, where you're playing a jingle and it cues something up.
Yeah.
These sort of suggestions to get people to take certain courses of action, if you don't know anything about what you're doing,